is your man, Nicholas Shepherd from the Shepherd Family Enterprise, Business Administration, and Information System Consultants. And here on our State of Awareness 3 episode, what we're doing basically, or our series, what I'm doing today, we are talking about um, state of awareness. And state of awareness is based on a lot of different things. Okay, this is just a discussion that we have that basically outlines what we are doing, how we are doing it, and what we need to do to improve ourselves. Okay, as a people. Okay, so um, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to I got a discussion that I would like to bring to light, and the discussion is basically based on people's roles, all right, in our society, all right. So again, like I say, I don't want to be specific on a lot of different things. I would have a different discussion on certain things because even though this is some of the things that I talk about is very touchy, I don't want to alarm anyone, okay? Because number one, I'm not the type of person that is numb to a lot of situations, and I am not going to sit here and make you think that um, you're any better than anyone else or we are better than anyone else, anything like that. All I'm trying to do is inform people of who they are and where they come from. All right, and if you don't know, you need to research it. All right. So I was talking about in my part five of my state of awareness three, um, about what it takes for us to be a people, right? And this right here is about life expectations. And our life expectations is basically to be happy, right? Um, every day that you wake up, okay, for number one, you should pray, okay? You know, whoever your deity may be, whoever you feel that God is, whatever his name may be in your culture and your religion, you need to pray to him. There's only one God. That's number one. Okay, there's only one God. I don't care what tongue, what culture you're from. You only praying to one God. Now he may have many names. Okay, and because he doesn't, his name, the name of God is not what you're thinking. Doesn't mean that that's not the same God that you're praying to, because that culture eats wheat and not sand. Don't mean they're not praying to the same God. Okay, you understand? There's a lot of things based on that culture dictates who God had put, or the rules he had put in place for that culture in that region. All right, there's a reason for that, because what grows in America, what I'm saying, won't grow in South America, won't grow in Europe, won't grow in Africa, won't grow in China, won't grow in Japan. You understand? So if there's nutrients in that environment, whatever country or part of the world that is, those are the foods that they eat. All right, you know what I'm saying? But and God has granted those individuals, okay, access to those minerals, okay, to help them be a functional body. Now, if they're evil, they're evil. All right. God gave strict rules on how we should worship Him and how we should nourish ourselves, everything like that, because He provides us everything that we need. Okay. Now, the next thing is that there are some discussions about how we should go about doing things. Okay, and I really press the issue about knowing who you are. Okay, and the reason why I push that whole dialogue, because there's a lot of people out here don't know who they really are, and I'm talking about as a cultured people. All right, just because you're lighter than me don't make you white. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because white is a movement. Okay, just like Black Lives Matter, March of Dimes, the Cancer Association, All those are movements, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all like, being what do they call it? In hate, all those are movements, man. All right, white is a movement, black is a movement. You know what I'm saying? And that's a movement instilled upon us as from those who were trying to reject us. Okay, from Africa, they didn't want us to call ourselves Africans, right? So they gave us that name, black. But there's no country called black. There's no country called white. See, you got to use your head. All right, white and black is not a race. Just like red, yellow, green, blue, purple. You know what I'm saying? Those are not races, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You got to think, right? You got to use your head. All right. Those are colors. All right. You know what I'm saying? They're not race. You can't just say, well, these people are blue. All right. And we don't like blue people. Well, you know what I'm saying? That's not a race, man. That's they create ideals and put them out there and get these people who don't like that sector of people, and they push that whole dialogue on them, that whole mental structure, that whole idea of who these people are. They produce books on it and try to write up things and make things seem relevant and everything like that, and it doesn't really exist. All right. If I had the backing, okay, I can create anything I want. I can create a whole new race of people based on certain characteristics, and I can push that effort into schools. I can pass laws against, to support my effort. I can uh, elect the president, say who's going to be the president under those efforts. I can create medicines under that effort. I can do anything I want. All right, if I had control over that. You understand? But since I don't have control over that, I have to accept what's handed out in front of me. I don't have to believe it, but I have to accept it, right? And I'm not talking a behavior. I'm talking about a movement now. Okay. Now, since we know this, I really, people say, and I keep saying this, right? People say that, you know, African Americans, they say we're black, or they say I'm this, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter to me what your expectations are as being a person, right? You're a human being, right? If you are a man, okay, you must sit down by yourself and create a world of your own, okay? And you pull people into that world. You are a king, all right? You are a king of that world, all right? You are the creator of that world. And through that world comes the blessings of God. Now, whether or not he ordains it to make it grow bigger than what it is, that's based on your loyalty, your prayers, and everything like that, okay? But I'm just saying is that as a man, you must understand without any influence, all right, from anything outside of your manhood, you must be able to say, okay, this is what I want. There's millions, or let me say billions of people on earth, right? We should be able to, as men, come to a conclusion that as men, we can form our own communities, right? We're not talking about a warring fashion. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a structured mindset where that we can teach our sons how to be men. All right. Now, I was looking at something on the internet, and like I said, I was talking to my son's mother, and we was got into discussion. While she's at work, I really don't like talking while she's at work, but she's the only one I can really bounce information off of. So, but anyway, I talk to people who will listen, right? Sometimes I have things on my mind and I talk to people and they may not have a clue what I'm talking about, but that generates my mind to come up with ideas, okay, by me releasing information. And as I come to these conclusions, okay, and come to these ideas, number one, it was come to an ideal about I was talking about Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, right? And she was, you know, and I know it's just media, social media, trying to say what she's doing, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But she's angry and this and that. Okay. So my thing is this right here. Everybody's trying to get rich off of someone else, okay? Because they cannot find or they're not accepted into the room of those who are operating and making moves without money. All right. So if you cannot function without money, I'm talking like you can still get clothes, you can still do this, you can still drive a car, you can do this, but you're not using money. Okay. And the money is actually regenerating itself by itself. I'm talking like, once you start it up, it just comes to you naturally. It just comes and 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 comes. But you have to set up a system that this happens. Okay, I'm trying to set up a system like that right now. And once it starts coming, you have to help people. Okay, you have to be in a position to help people. And only you'll be able to help people, you have to have money. Right? I'm not talking about paper money. I'm talking about like the act of money. All right, that means that you can transfer, denominations or number figures representing money into one account, so they can use those number figures to get things. All right. So the thing is that they was talking about Dwayne Wade's son. Okay, and his ex-wife is talking about, Dwayne Wade is making money, off her, because his son's transition, being transgender, whatever the word they're using. And to me, it's ridiculous. You understand? Because I've been following, not steadily, but in sets, how when he first left his wife, got with Gabriel, and I was like, well, she was kind of pissed off about that, right? Now the thing is this right here. This guy, he's an athlete, okay, very wealthy, very handsome man, you know, and I'm not saying that he's the best looking man out there, but any man with money, okay, and lots of it, he's gonna get some very attractive women, man. Okay, because they not looking at him. So money can make a man sexy as hell, right? Number one, he's not gonna dress like you can have a man out there who's just like the ideal sex figure, right? He just boom, got the muscles and this like that, and be a man. Ain't nobody just he ain't playing both sides of the fence. He's a man, and he can be broke, man. Women would treat him like he's ugly as hell. They treat him like he's worthless. But in the other way, you can see a woman that's bad as hell, boom, banging, boom, wearing this shit or that, and she be treated like $1 million, man. You get that? You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you get a man that didn't look attractive, no women wanted him. He was like goofy and this and that. As soon as he get that money in his hands, put on them 15, $3 or $4,000 suits, them $25,000 watches, $100,000 rings, driving a $200, $300 vehicle, moving it all going to a million, $2, $3 million home. Believe me, women are going to be on him. Okay, women. I'm talking nice looking women gonna be on him. They're gonna be on him like crazy. All right, they're gonna love that brother, man. They're gonna love him. They're gonna do anything you want. Do you know what you want? You want this done? Okay. Do you want this, or what do you want? How you like to do it? How you do it? They're gonna be down with that brother, man. And I'm like, and he may not look even that attractive. So Women got that on us as African American men. Okay, European men don't worry about that type of thing. All they want is to have kids, right? I've seen, I'm not saying African American men and women don't get together like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they do, but there is an option. Okay, because if a woman have an option to not be attractive and marry and a nice looking man wanted to marry her, she would marry that man because he wants her. You understand? You got me? But if a nice looking man, a not attractive man, see a nice looking woman, right? And he's not a nice looking man, but he got money. He's not going. The women is not going to be with him like that, man. Okay? Because most women are all about image, right? They're about image and what they see and what they hear and everything else, right? So if they looking at you like, you know what, he's a fine man. Ooh, I want him. Ooh, I want this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And he's driving a nice car and got this and that, man. He wouldn't be on him, okay? But if he don't look that nice and he just like, he all right, he look funny, he looks, he walk funny, talk funny, and this and that, you know, you understand? Women won't be bothered with it. So the thing is, well, women tend to try to victimize men. Some, I'm not talking about all. Some women try to victimize men based on an assumption, okay, or what they think he is, or what they think he represents. All right. Now, I'm not a male chauvinist, but I believe in men's rights. Okay, and I really believe that men should be in the forefront of everything, and women need to be a supporter. I do believe, okay, due to the fact that the Christian faith has evolved to what it is today, has created a lot of distortions in a woman's idea of what a man is. All right, and they blame men for being a way that they raised him to be. Okay, my whole thing is, how can a woman say there's no good men out there when that man come out of that woman's womb? So you just, what you're doing, you are slandering women. You understand? You're slandering women. If there aren't no good men out there, say, well, there was no father in his life. No, that's bullshit. Most men, okay, because they lose control over the outcome of the relationship, they walk away. They walk away, man. You know what I'm saying? And women look at him as he's being weak because he don't want to put up with her bullshit. Because once he starts yelling at her, the first thing she does, she walks out. I'm not taking this verbal abuse. He ain't got to put his hands on her, right? Because this is a conflict, her ideal of where a woman should be in a family structure and where he should be. See, the thing is that women always think that a man, you know, is always somebody. It's no equal. There's none. In a woman's mind, there's no equal ground between a man and a woman. Husband and wife, there's none. There's always a woman always up like this. Okay? A woman always have to be up, on everything, You know what I'm saying? Because she feels that she's more knowledgeable about the family than he is. And I'm not talking about on the point of having given childbirth. You understand? I'm talking about on the grounds of the fact that when it's time to eat, you understand? And I'm not talking about the women who can hunt and do all this stuff by themselves, okay? You know what I'm saying? Women are supposed to be able to hunt and feed themselves, you know what I'm saying? But if a man is raised to provide himself with the nutrients in this in the environment he needs to survive, okay, life or death, a woman shall allow him to do that, okay? Now, the point is, at what age should a young man be groomed to be this way? All right. So let's look at it like this. All right. At what age would a woman allow her son to wander away from her? That is the problem. Okay? That is the problem. Now, what excuses does she use to prevent that from happening? That is the problem. Okay? That is the problem. All right? Now, the situation is this: if a child from birth, he feeds off the mother, right? If a woman has a child and she don't have the means of protecting her child outside of her direct, view of that child, she gonna need someone to help her, right? So if a man is in place to go out and provide the foods and the things that the child that they may need, so she can watch over the child, this and that, while he's out hunting, then that is the sequence of events, right? Now, it's a time when that child should be taught, okay, how to hunt for himself, right? It's a time when a child should be weeded off his mom, okay, into a man child, into manhood. That is the problem. Women refuse to allow the male child, okay, to weed off of her into a life of being a man. Usually, okay, what I've seen, all right, in this country, right, because I've been to other countries now. In this country, women tend to hold on to a child as if he is incapable of protecting himself until he's to a point where he feel that he's combative, right? And he don't know how to do nothing, man. Okay, he does all a women shit. You understand? You know, he does. Like I know how to wash clothes, all this stuff like that because that's the way my mother raised me. My mother raised me to do a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I learned these different things because I wanted. My mother was at work, you know, and I had to do a lot of different things. So that in the house, mother mandated that I have to clean up, do this and that before she got home from work. I did this, but I got to the point where it became systematic when that she told me I liked it a clean environment. You understand? But I was raised that way. It went from there to a point where I got off into the street life, right? When I started being around guys who hunt, who stayed outside, and this and that, and I was at a young age. I'm telling you, about 12 years of age, man, where I started walking with my house, and me and other guys, right? We walked out in bands, and we used to roam around and like smoke weed and drink and hang out in the streets late at night, man. I'm talking like we sleep in vacant houses until in the morning, man. I'm talking like we was men. They was men, young men. We was, they call us young kids. We weren't kids. We was young men. We were men. Okay. No, you were baby. No, we were not babies. All right. We were men. Nobody messed with us. Nobody fucked with us. All right. You understand? We were fucking men. Are out there, and people was afraid of us, man. And we wasn't bothering nobody. You see, and we was a group of us of 15, and we walked around, and I didn't see no, you know, we there was no women around us. I let you know what I'm saying. And then we wanted a woman. We guys would wander off and get with a woman or something like that. Whatever the situation was, or bring entertainment into our group. But the thing was that everything is no different than tribal environments, right? We became tribal, right? We went out, we got food. You know what I'm saying? We went out in groups and bands, went out and got food, man. We didn't have no farms. How you think we got food? You know, we did a lot of the things. Now, the whole theory behind this is when I became a man, okay, because I was raised around men, I started talking to different men. I started associating with different men. I started realizing that, okay, a man supposed to do this, fishing, swimming, hunting, walking, what I'm saying, defending what it is. They're going to have conflicts with other men. You had to be fight. We never picked up no weapons. We never did this and that, you know what I'm saying? And we did have weapons like that because the smaller guy always had a weapon, right? And I ain't about a gun. We had brass knuckles, bat stick, knives, razors, whatever the situation was, whatever you had to defend yourself. I was in gang fights, right? I was beat with a bat, man. You know what I'm saying? By some brothers and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, they know who they are. But, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't to the point where I was screwed up. Still, you know, it wasn't, you know, I went through my stuff. I was stabbed before, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like 3 times, man. You know, and um, things happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Violent things happened to me, man. You know what I'm saying? While I was out there that I never told my family about. But there was always men around to nurse me back to health. And my mother and father, never, my father, he was always around. Okay, somebody said, well, my father was around. It's not my father was around. What it was, my mom did not want my dad around. Okay, because the experience she had with him. All right, my father was a good man. Now, the thing about it is that they say, well, my your dad, you know, he did this, he did that, he was a womanizer, you know, and all you hear, you only hear women saying this. Okay, my dad was a king, right? You know what I'm saying? My dad was a king, all right? And he didn't cuss, right? He worked every day. He disciplined the kids, and he had order in his home. My dad was a king, okay? And in my mind, he's still a king, all right? And my dad, I believe in my heart, he died on the cross of, you know, and and no one can take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? And my dad died as a man. And I'm not talking about a cross fierce being crucified, but I'm saying is that, you know, he a cross as far in my mind, he set the example, you know what I'm saying, in my mind as a man that I need to replicate, a man that I need to respect, you know what I'm saying, and understand why he did what he did, you know what I'm saying. You know, no one ever did anything to him. He was loved by a lot. Now there was a lot of jealous people out there. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of jealous people out there that didn't like my dad because of where he was, everything like that, you know. But as my dad got older, he got more lenient because of the fact, and then that's when I came in. Right? I came in because not that my father can protect himself. I feel that I came to an age that if somebody says something to my dad, they said something to me. And my father called me, man, there's gonna be problems. And see, the thing about it, people knew who I was, and they knew what type of guy I was, man. You know what I'm saying? And knew who type of people I was associated with, and I can get shit done. So people didn't really, when they saw me and they heard who I was, man. People, you know, I'm saying, you know, I'm gonna tell you, okay, you know what I'm saying. I gotta pay homage, and the brothers know who they are. All right, that protected me in my childhood. You know what I'm saying, and people that I knew, and like my brother Coon, my brother Tim Turner, uh, Black Reg, Butch and Buster, you know, Dennis People, uh, you know, James Butler, Kirk McGurk, Keithon, you know, all these brothers, man, you know, washed over me, man. You know what I'm saying? When I was out there, man, and you know, even though there was some type of conflict, at the end of the whole thing, when I went to the military, so like that, you know, even after I left, so like that, you know, people gave me respect, man, because of the fact that I walked away like a man, and I didn't try to stick around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation was, but I stood by what I believed in and what I believed that was right. So, um, but they are the ones that are still around with us are still in association with me, and I'm still associated with them. And if they ever call me and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They know that I will be around, you know, because they was always around when I needed them. Okay, so they were men, man. Oh, you understand what I'm talking about? They were men, and um, you know, and I learned from these guys, man. So and see, a lot of people say that I am too aggressive. You know, I'm this and I'm that. You know, see now when I don't like bullshit, right? You know, I bullshit a lot. I joke a lot, bullshit a lot, but I'm a listener. I listen to what people say, and I know when a person is soft, right? But I'm not talking about soft people. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't take advantage of that because I'm an older guy. I'm in my 60s. But what I do approach is the fact that if I listening to a person and they're acting like a tough guy, or I'm listening to a woman and she's acting like she's a tough woman, or she's trying to be a man, you got a lot of women out there think they can be the man. See, I'm gonna tell you something about women like that, right? And this is me, okay? Don't say I'm not violent person. I can be, you know what I'm saying? To me, okay, under the authority that I have, all right, I know men are there to protect their women. You understand? But a man should always know when a woman is out of line. Okay, and that's in the presence of a man. I'm not talking about no. I'm talking a man. You men know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna say you got some men may be fluctuating, they heavily influenced by women, but I'm talking men. Okay, because every woman that I have been associated with respect me as a man, and when I say something, that's how it goes, man. Okay, and a lot of these women out here, if their problem is, and I quote what Kevin Samuel said, a lot of women out here do not know how to be a wife, right? They're so busy trying to be a man, a husband to the men instead of being a wife, all right? And when see, they want the man to be the wife. You understand? They want to take control, tell him what to do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? They want to boss the man around, so that and to a point where she can walk away and do what the fuck she want, right? And she's a good woman because she's out to take a minute. But as soon as a man do that shit, he ain't shit. To her, he ain't shit. If the men did what women do today, you understand? It'd be a lot of divorces. Okay? If men stood ground like women do today in relationship and no budge, things be totally different. Okay? If the men, I ain't talking about that attitude a women have. Women's attitude is really most women attitudes. Okay, screwed up. Okay, I met some good women, some good sweet women. I'm sorry, I met some right here right on Facebook and out in public, man. Some women, some beauty, and a lot of them are very attractive. Some of them may not be attractive. A lot are very attractive. Some of them are not less attractive. Some of them are, they're like they're what's the word they use? They're part of LGBT, whatever you want to call it, community. They're really cool, and I met guys, men, so-called men, like that too. They're really cool as far as their knowledge, right? Now me hanging out with them, I wouldn't do, what I'm saying, because like, I'm not going because people perception of you or who you're around dictates, your image, right? So men have to be very cautious of that. That's why we need to hang around. That's why we need to have form a structure in our mind who we are and what we need to do to get a hold of what's going on, in our society. I'm not just talking about in America. I'm talking about in as a group of people because there are people that are in control and there are people that are in control. You understand? So the people that are in control dictates the people who are in control, who give out orders to people who controls things, okay, or societies and constructions and structures of society, everything else like that, right? But we as men, we need to formulate a group where we can fall in line behind an image or a king. And to see, a lot of us don't know who the king is. All right, we the king of our home. There's a king above us, and there's a king behind them. A king behind, you know what I'm saying? There are people that we should be reporting to, all the way to the top, and we must believe in these people, right? You understand? Because we don't know if they are being spoken to by God or not. Because before this society we live in now, no internet, no influence, all that, you had to believe in these kings and what they say, man. And we went to war for these people, man. When they said something, we did it, man. You know what I'm saying? But now with social media and internet, so like that, everything being exposed, you know, things have changed. But just like, like they say, like slavery. Okay. Well, slavery was a bad thing. Everybody was slaves. Okay, don't think. Now, there were more Europeans enslaved in history than it was Africans. Don't get it twisted. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Africa was the forerunners of the world. All right, there was a lot more Africans on this planet than it was people in other regions of the world. Okay, the Africans migrated outside of Africa and became who they were. You understand? And became the lighter complexion, which you see right now, and they, of course, and then they became lighter, and they start associating with lighter people, and then now you get the people that looks like they are so-called you're white. All right, blacks or Africans or descendant of Africans have always moved around in those regions. It's like that they conquered all those regions, and they met people who were lighter complexion because, in fact, probably in times past, they lived up in those cold regions where they lost complexion of their skin because they weren't affected by the radiation rays of the sun, so their skin lost pigmentation. They body became acclimated to the environment which they was living in. You understand that? Okay. So, so that's the reason they was lighter. All right. So the thing is this right here. Since we know these things and we understand them, okay, and if you don't understand them, you can follow me. Recently, go look at my past videos, and I show a lot of different websites that you can go to find out a lot of different things about what's going on. But the whole thing, the whole concept is you have to understand that as being a man, you must take control. Okay, number one, and I said in my previous videos, men don't argue. We're not supposed to argue. Okay, women argue. Men are supposed to go to war, right? Men are supposed to sit at a table. When they have a disagreement, we're supposed to sit at a table and negotiate. You know what I'm saying? And those who are highly influenced by women shouldn't even be in that group, man. They shouldn't even be in that group, man. You understand? They shouldn't even be in that group. We should be able to sit there and negotiate how things should be. All right? We should develop a power, right? A power of understanding how a family should be. You understand? Women are always gonna try to get involved in that and change all that shit. But see, you cannot get involved with their stuff and then change what they fucking talking about, man. See, they always think that they know more than what we supposed to have. And God spoke to us. You understand? God spoke to us. God put us in charge, man. Okay? And they said, well, things change. Ain't shit changed. But the position of the damn sun, man, in the solar system, man. Fucking, people try to tell me, oh man, that's up in space, man. You got some ignorant people out there, man. And the same ignorant people out there, okay, okay, put it this way: in the last 100 years, okay, people of religion have become people who follows religion have become more and more stupid. Not well, that's not I ain't gonna say a word like that. More and more unintelligent. Okay, because now they looking at the internet and they and all these different influences and people are putting a lot of stuff in their head that's just not fucking true. All right, it's not fucking true, man. You understand? Our universe is very fucking large, man. You understand? And what you need to do, you need to figure out how fast fucking space is moving. All right, space is moving out solar system. Okay, it's moving so fucking fast. Okay, okay, and I'm gonna show you this again. All right, because I need to prove a point to you. All right, about something. Right. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna type this in. Right. I'm gonna say, let's see, how fast is space moving? Okay, so I can say the universe. I'm gonna say space. All right. Okay, so space is moving 1.3 million miles per hour. Do you know how fast that is? You can't even see that fucking fast, man. You can't even see this fucking fast, man. So if space is moving one point, okay, let's do this right here. Okay, let's just okay. That's how fast space is moving. All right, that's how you know. So 1.1 million, whatever they said per hour. So, um, so okay, they said what speed is the solar system moving through space? So let's check out that. All right, so they say our motion through space isn't a vortex, but something. Okay. So it says now, it says this is due. Okay, and they're not really the motions of space in the vortex. How fast in space are we moving? So okay, it says. So it said in addition, it said our solar system, Earth, and all the worlds around the center of our galaxy at some 220 kilometers per second. So that means that our solar system, right, is moving 490,000 miles per hour. Okay, that's our solar system. Okay, that's our solar system. Now, how fast is Earth moving? All right, which we know is 24 hours, right? You know what I'm saying? But our Earth is in the solar system. This is how fast space is going. All right. So now we're gonna say at what speed is the what they say space shuttle? Okay. Now it says the space shuttle. All right. The space shuttle. Right. You understand? Is moving 17,500 miles per hour. The space. You can't even see this fast, man. You can't even see this fast. You can't see this fast, man. You can't now because okay, so now we're gonna look at how far is the Earth's surface from the space shuttle. Okay, so we're gonna say how far is the space shuttle from the Earth's surface. Okay, all right. So it says during its 35 years in operation, NASA space shuttle operated at 190 miles to 330 miles above sea level, depending on its mission. So, the space shuttle had an operation altitude of only 120 to 600 miles. So, do you know how far this is away from Earth, man? Huh? Do you know how far that is off the ground? Do you know how far this is off the fucking ground, man, into space, man? Okay? Is this far off the Earth, right? Off the Earth, right? And is moving how fast? This fast, okay, in space, right? And our universe is traveling, right? Okay, our solar system, Earth, and all its worlds around the center of the galaxy at some per second, which is 490,000 miles per hour, right? And our Milky Way is moving 1.3 million miles per hour. So your whole perception, right? Your whole perception of what's going on, all right? You know what I'm saying? And I think I didn't do something right. Okay, so let me go back over this. So our Milky Way is moving, and I'm gonna show you. I'm showing you this. Our Milky Way is moving 1.3 miles per hour, right? And then just think about what I said. Okay, our solar system with the Earth and all is moving 220 kilometers per second, which is 490,000 miles per hour. Okay, all right. The space shuttle, right, is moving 17,500 miles per hour. Okay, you can't see that fast, right? And the space shuttle from the Earth's surface to where it is, where it's moving around the Earth, is 330 miles above sea level, depending on its mission. Above. All right. So, knowing this, how can you say, seriously, how can you say that you can see something that's moving across our solar system if it's not our frame of reference? Okay? If it's not our frame of reference and you can't see it, does it mean it doesn't exist? It's just moving too fucking fast, man. It's moving too fucking fast. You can't see it. So they probably moving so fast they can't see us either. That's why they do, you know. But the ones who's able to slow down fast enough, all right, to pinpoint us, to slow down to when about them to get us without shooting past us, you know what I'm saying, before they're able to stop, right? Because you understand is that they're above our solar system, man. They moving so fucking fast, man. They so fucking high up because they don't want to be pulled or affected by our sun or whatever else is going on. They probably so many fucking, you know, billions of miles above us, above our solar system, man. You know, so many, like I said, so many different solar systems and galaxies out there, man. You know, it's impossible. All right. So there is other life forms out there. You understand that? Okay. They may not be in our form. They may be in other different form, life forms, right? Okay. So my thing is that knowing this, okay, and knowing and going through and understanding what I just explained to you, all right, about who we are on earth, all right, don't get it twisted, all right, don't get it twisted. Don't think just because you are here, right, don't think because you are here and they are there, you know what I'm saying, you're not being watched. Okay, you understand that? Um so my whole, okay, so what it is that what we need to do, okay, I'm just saying as a people, man, we need to figure out what we need to do. We need to get ourselves together. We need to figure out, okay, the direction we want to go as time moves on. We need to understand the fact that we're not, you know, as men, okay, and as a force here, you know what I'm saying? We must understand the fact that there are so many different things out there that we need to look at, all right, while we are moving, you know, through time, right? You know what I'm saying? So, um, there's a lot of things going on out here, man. You understand that? And we must understand the fact that if we don't, you know, get our stuff together, man, seriously, if we don't get our stuff together, we're going to be lost, right? And you don't want to put yourself in a situation where, um, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you are alone, right? Because being alone is a horrible thing. And like I said, you got people out there don't care whether or not you're alone. All right. So um, the only thing I'm getting at right now is that if you are a man, or a man child, you need to get with other men to find out or look for role models, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna quit thinking that just because you listen to a man, you weak. Quit thinking just because well, I ain't listen to a man, he ain't my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Quit thinking like that, man. Quit thinking like a woman. All right? Quit thinking like a fucking woman, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to figure out what men are doing and start thinking about men things. All right, you need to get together with other men. I'm not talking about any old man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If you under a woman's influence, man, you're not gonna believe nothing that I'm talking about, man. Okay, I'm just being straight up. I'm not saying there's no good. There's some women out there, man, that was raised by strong men, like my sisters and stuff like that was brought up by strong men. It's just that there was a lot of weak ass men that shit that they had to fucking marry, man. You see what I'm saying? So they don't trust them. They don't even trust them with their damn kids, man, or they don't trust their leadership as far as the child being, because they well, none of them was strong as my father, man. You know what I'm saying? My father didn't take no crap, man, and then his father didn't take no crap. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to. My grandfather says when they said in his younger days, and my father, man, my daddy wasn't playing, man. My father started talking, people shut their damn mouth. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And these men out here, and then what happened is that like, and see, I'm saying I grew up during a time, during the end of the Vietnam War, right? So we hung out with a lot of guys that was coming out of Vietnam. Heard a lot of war stories. A lot of guys got killed. They'll talk about a lot of different things, and then guys come back. I was in there. This is in Detroit, man. Guys come back from Vietnam. A lot of them was on heroin. And then of course, you can read about that. You know what I'm saying? And some of the the documentaries and stuff like that. About you know what happened with that in Detroit, in the drug game in Detroit. You just Google it and stuff on YouTube, and they tell you about what happened after that. And some of the young gangsters and so that come out of Detroit, man, that is the forecursor of what you see today. Because a lot of stuff wasn't happening, man. I'm talking like a lot of our brothers from Detroit, man, went down to South America, went to Florida, man, with that, man. People didn't come to Detroit screwing around, man. You know what I'm saying? I never seen any members come around, man, trying to corrupt because we was ruthless. You understand? We was very ruthless, man. And like in the '80s, people started getting ruthless like us because they found out how we were. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying, but see in South America, they were doing the things they were doing because they had weaponry and they was at war. So you had a lot of rebels out there with weapons, with stuff to fight wars that our government gave them to overthrow other governments, whatever the situation was. China did it, Russia did it, they all did it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the cartels out there wind up getting because they had money, right? And they was able to use those weaponries to be a precursor of taking control of a lot of different things. They made a lot of money, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like you have to give them respect, man, because the government wasn't doing nothing, the other countries wasn't doing to help them, man. So they did what they had to do. So of course, just like like a lot of the people in the cartel did the same thing. Fucking they did in World War II, but they didn't kill as many people they did in World War II, man. There's a lot of innocent people got killed, man, trying because the world's trying to control something, or the power's trying to control something, man. And when you got a force trying to keep their own people intact and out of the other influences, man, of course they're gonna become, of course, gonna become criminals, man. Just like they got the cartel members, man. They make them criminals, man, because they trying to protect their interests. They don't want to be bothered. Are they doing this? Yes, they doing this because they don't have nothing else they can sell, man. If they had something that they can sell, man, of course, should they get off the other ventures and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? If you create an avenue where they can, let's say, if you gave the cartel the the ingredients to send uh, men of that country out in space, and the centers to do that was in their control, and they was able to move, go to another planet successfully and come back. Do you think they be selling fucking drugs, man? They won't have time, man. They won't have time to do that shit, man. They won't have time, man. They be trying to make, man. They man talking about billions and billions of dollars, man. The money is coming to that country, man, because the resources they need to send people to Mars and other out in space flight and all this like that is coming, stemming from there. They won't be doing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They won't be doing that shit, man. Them countries being raped by other countries, man, just like Africa, man. You know what I'm saying? And they had to come up with some other resources, man. You know, which nobody like because other countries don't like because they are benefiting off humanity's weakness. You understand? And it is nothing like us. Okay, what are we? What are our weaknesses in this country, in the United States? Women, right? Women. Our weakness are women. Our weakness is laziness. Our weaknesses is uh, kids, young men don't want to work. Young men want to step under their parents until they fucking grown as hell. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be men out in society, anything like that. That is our weakness. Okay, that is our weakness. So if you have a weakness, people tend to take advantage of it. And our young men is taking advantage of a weakness, man. That society have, man. They don't have to fucking work, man. You see what I'm saying? And they're taking advantage of it. That should be a crime. You know what I'm saying? That should be a psychological crime, man. That these, and who's gonna be punished for this? Okay, if you don't give these African American men the resources so they can function without the government's help, man, then what you fucking think's gonna happen? You see what I'm saying? They're gonna turn to what they consider as crime. You know what crime is? Crime is anything that is done without the government's blessings. Crime is anything that man does without the government's blessings. That's crime. Other than that, it's not crime, man. It's not crime. You know what I'm saying? The criminal activities is only based on things that another person cannot control. If they can control it, it's a crime. You understand? Anybody should be able to go out there and make money, man. If you slick talk people, this and that, but you have weak people out there. But see, if somebody slick talk you out of money, man, then you need to go and have an organization that go out there and check that situation. Because you got other countries, man. You just can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go from village to village. You know what I'm saying? And slicking people out of the hard-earned money or all their goods, man. They will kill you, man. And nobody goes. The chieftains in that community, that village, man, will have you executed, man. And that chieftain is not gonna go to prison, man. They don't do that shit, man. That's their business. You see what I'm saying? But see, we're not allowed to do that because of the fact that the government tends to intervene in everything that we does because they want to be on top of everything. They let criminals go. They let people who are taking advantage of the people go. They create laws to protect those who's taking advantage of the weak. And all the other stuff like that. So what you gonna do, man? You see, that's why in my state of awareness, I try to teach people how to think. Okay, think at a unified effort. Think at a unified group. Okay, and again, what I'm gonna show in a few minutes. Um, Again, I always do this. I always talk about my website, which I'm going to show in a few minutes. I didn't have it up. My blog site, my website, my blog site. Let me go to it right quick. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, and that, and okay, so um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I would like for all of you to basically make sure I get this thing going on. I would like for you to go out to my website here, okay, and take a look at what I have to offer. I really, again, like I said, I really recommend you to go out and listen to my 2020 presentation and review of services. It's an outstanding presentation about what we have to offer as a business. You can actually read exactly what we talk about in a PowerPoint presentation, or you can just look at the video. Okay, it's more descriptive. This is the reading part is a lot more is descriptive as well, but it's talk about the same thing in PowerPoint presentation. You don't got time to read it; you can just listen to it. And then we also have our 2018 presentation and review, and it talks about exactly what our business entails, what we can do to get you started. Okay, all right, so come on out and take it, and check us out, okay? And again, the Shephard Enterprise, we have a lot of different positions we need available, and these are some of the services we provide. If you feel that you have these type of qualifications, reach out to us and let us know, okay? Then we can set something up. We always get companies out there looking for all these different types of activities and professions and qualifications, contact us so that we can set you up with these businesses. All right. And then we also have our departments. Okay. We are also looking for a lot of different. These are the different career paths and professional business professionals we're looking for. If you have any of these skill sets that's on this segment of the page, let us know. Um, Again, you reach out to us and let us know what's going on, and then we'll reach back out to you. The second thing is that I really encourage you, okay, to make a donation to our effort by clicking the donate button, and then donate $1, $5, so that I'd like to thank all of you that have actually donated to our cause. We still kind of short in our goal. We're trying to get up to like $300,000 in donations so that we can continue our work and help other entrepreneurs and people who are trying to start businesses and they can't start business because they don't have the finances. And what we do, we kind of like help them along. We do a lot of stuff for free for them, and we help them get themselves started. Okay, so please make a donation to our organization so that we can help young entrepreneurs, and we give classes and stuff like that, one-on-one sessions to a lot of young entrepreneurs so that and put them on the right track, help them set their mind so that they can become more successful. Okay, and those of you who would like to talk to us on the business level, we had a retainers fee. The first hour is free, and after that is $50 an hour. We can set up something, and then if you want to go into a business venture with us, you can go off into this segment. It's called per a consultant. You can go down and look at the drop down menu, and it tells you our different options, and these options are actually negotiable depending on what you're trying to do. Okay, and go ahead and click buy now, and then we'll contact you and let you know exactly what our next steps are. I'll also encourage you to go out to our business blog site, which is www.tapatalk.com /groups /Shepherd family okay, and it bring you out to my blog site. You have to join the blog site, and this blog site we have a wealth of information that we put business people and people who are trying to start business in connection with each other. We have a lot of forums out there, talk about a lot of different things. I encourage you to join this and then create your own dialogue so that you can communicate with people who may need your assistance. Okay. I know there's a lot of different things out there. I've been out for like, oh my goodness, over 25 years. I have a lot of different people that I associate with, a lot of different states, a lot of different countries. I communicate with, on a weekly and monthly level. They ask me for a lot of different venues and people or business that can help them, and I'm not going to introduce them to your organization unless you join my blog site and I see that you are an avid contributor to our cause. Okay, so that is that. All right. So again, like I said, that I would like to thank you all for coming out and listening to my State of Awareness 3. And this is part 6 of our State of Awareness. And I will want you to click like, share my content, click the alarm button so that you'll be alert when other videos I made. And I'm trying to get up to like, I'm trying to increase my in my YouTube video subscribers. But like I say, right now it's low. But those are the ones that's low. They are very avid followers, everything like that, and a lot of them are intellectuals and people with businesses and stuff like that. They at the state of mind where they know what's going on. So I'm not thinking that my subscriber base is going to be that high, but my donations show where my subscriber on YouTube is not calculating. You understand? So I'm looking at my donation input and I'm looking at my YouTube channel subscribers, and I know people are actually going out to my website, okay, and they're making donations, okay, because I pump my website out to a lot of different sites, and they're sharing it all over. They may not use YouTube um, for that purpose, Facebook and everything like that. They go out to my website and they contribute as well because they believe in our efforts, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Okay. Again, thank you very much, and have a wonderful remainder of your day.